Well, folks, we're back. We've got some big plans. Our objective on this trip up here is caulking, painting windows. That's our plan.
It'll make it feel even more cozy.
Yeah, the building, it's warm here. Down the hill, it's 102 today, and it's 90 up here. So even though it's warm up here, it's a lot cooler up here than being down the hill. Some OSB that I'm going to cut. I'm going to measure each one and I'm going to cut OSB to fill these gaps. And then once I finish that, I'm going to go outside to the south wall and I'm either going to put foam or caulking from the outside, and then we'll do that outside south wall. So let's get started cutting these pieces and filling these gaps from the inside. I got a little bit of gap right here, you'll see it soon. Right there, I'm going to fill that with foam from the outside, but for the most part, all of these gaps are filled. So that's a good feeling. Okay, it's been a wonderful day. We have all of this building caulked. So we're ready for paint, but I wanted to show you something that's kind of important, and you guys might laugh at me. You might think this is funny, but it's something that I thought I needed to address. And that is, let me get the camera here. Right up here, you see these little scraps of wood that I put in right there? That's kind of important, because I had trouble measuring and getting my angles right when it was time to cut this plywood, and with it being so high up, trying to hold it and get it screwed down and stuff was difficult. So I cut these little sections to fill the gaps. And the purpose for this is when I put my trim up there, if those weren't there, when I put the screws in the trim, it would cockeye the trim and make it crooked. So now that these are there filling the space, they'll never be seen anyway because they're going to be covered by trim. But now I can have something to screw to, and it'll keep the trim nice and flush against the building. It'll look beautiful, and you'll never even know that I don't know how to cut angles because it'll be hidden by trim. But take a look at this view from up here where I'm at. Look at that view. That is crazy, isn't it? That's what it looks like from up here on the ladder. Crazy view. But I'm happy that I got that stuff done. All of the seams where the two pieces of sheet good come together, we've caulked all of those as well. So now we are ready for paint. It's going to be nice getting this building painted, and then we're also going to be drilling some holes to mark where the fan is going to go. So I'm going to drill like 4 good sized, probably 1/2 inch holes, so they'll be really easy to see from the outside, so that when I'm painting, I don't paint and waste paint on wood that's not going to be there anyway. Well, good morning. We are starting our day with some breakfast. We've got sausage and eggs sprinkled with some J-Dobo. Also have some potatoes there. So we're going to eat breakfast, and I got ate alive by some kind of gnats or something. There's lots of little red spots on my body.
And they're like literally swelled up bug bites all over his body.
Yep, lots of them. So I have probably, and this happened last time we came up too. So it's not something new. But when we went back down after the last trip, we were able to put some isopropyl alcohol. It's almost like mosquito bites is what it looks like. But there's like 6 of them on my left hip. And then there's a couple on my chest. And then 1 on my armpit. And I don't know where they're coming from. There's no mosquitoes up here, so it's got to be gnats or something.
It's something, because they're like literally biting either through his clothes or they're getting under. I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. But we're going to enjoy breakfast, and we have a good agenda planned for the day. So I wanted to give you guys an update on the all powers. We are charging a DeWalt battery. It's flashing right now, so it's still charging. Now this one, it got down. It's at 55% right now. I'm bringing in 24 and taking out 29. So that's not too bad. This thing was low. It was down to like, I don't know, 10% or something. We had a movie night, and the TV that we have up here, it doesn't pull but maybe 25 watts max. It's not much at all. But after the movie, we fell asleep and the TV drew this thing down, so it was completely dead. So this 55% that you see is from charging it yesterday all day. It got up to 55%. I put it on this morning and it was up to 58% just before I started charging this DeWalt battery. So the all powers is doing very well up here. It's working good. It's doing everything that we need to do. It's charging our phones, it's charging these cameras and power tool batteries, and now we've added movie night. Last night we watched a movie, Coming to America. Not the original though. I did not know that there was a Coming to America, a new one. So instead of coming to the word T-O, it's coming with the number 2 America. And it was funny. It was a good movie. That's what we watched last night. Both of us didn't even know that that movie was out. I guess it came out 2021 or something, but it was a good movie. Okay, here we are probably half hour later. We're still charging a battery. We've got 45 watts coming in and 30 going out, and we are at 53%. So it just came around the corner where it's bringing in more than it's taking out. So we're going to start seeing this number climb, especially once this battery is fully charged. So I'm really happy with the way this unit and the solar panel are working. It's doing a good job here. So the little fillers that I cut for this south wall, I didn't cut as good on the north wall as I did on the south wall. And I know that might sound funny, but let's take a look up here right now. Let's climb up this ladder and we'll take a closer look at what we got here on the north wall. I'm going to get up here. It's kind of high. So you can see right there, I have a board. It's just simply because these angles for me are difficult. I'm not real good with angles. But as you can see, I have everything in place, which is going to let the trim sit nice and flush. Look at the view from up here. That is just crazy, isn't it? Beautiful, beautiful place being up here on this tiny house, and it's crazy looking at this thing come to shape. It's nuts. I do see right here that I might put a little bit more caulk in this crack where the joint is between the T111. I did a little bit right there, but I think I'm gonna put a little more caulking in there. We did a good job on the joints right here, the vertical joints where the seams are. Everything is coming together, and every little step of the way is a step closer to being done. And the cool thing about this building is the hard work is behind us, because now we're on the little tedious little stuff, the little easy stuff, little busy work kind of stuff. So the project is actually very fun, with the exception of climbing these ladders. So I want to talk about this T111 real quick. We're getting ready to paint, and if you look, and if you take your hand and you rub your hand, you'll get a lot of like little sawdust on your hand, and it's everywhere. It's a lot of little sawdusty kind of stuff that flakes off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a towel, just a regular bath towel, and I'm gonna rub these walls with the bath towel to remove as much of that sawdust, if you will, as possible. The reason for that is so that when I spray the paint, it'll actually stick to wood and not sawdust. If the paint sticks to the sawdust, I'm afraid that the paint will fall off over time, or if the building gets rubbed or something like that. So I want good penetration of the paint. So that's my next step. I'm going to be taking that towel and doing this whole building. And I'm not sure if I'll show that on the video or not. I don't want to bore you guys with that, but that is a step that I'm going to do. So here's a quick update on the amount of caulk that we've used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that does not include all the caulking that we did up here last trip. Like, for example, below here, all the stuff on the inside. So 9 tubes of caulk, and I have one more tube in the caulking gun that's going to be used to do that north seam that I was talking about earlier. Also, you can see up here where there was a little gap. I don't know if I showed you guys that yesterday, but you see this little gap? There was a little gap, so I cut this small piece of trim wood here, and I put it in there with caulk, and now that it's the following day, I can go ahead and remove these clamps, and then I'll add a little bit more caulk to the top. This was just a part that didn't fit correct, so that was my solution for that. I'll take these clamps down because it's had all night to sit, and I didn't put any screws or any hardware or anything. It was literally just the caulk itself that held that piece in. Let me get a little higher. Yeah, so I'm gonna caulk right up here where that light's coming in, and then we'll be done with all of our caulking on this building. Such a good feeling to have this thing, and I'll tell you what, this building is tight. Everything in here is tight. Ah, yeah, now we're ready to drill holes. Okay, let's head up in the loft and drill some holes. Take a look at that, how clean it is up here. I used the Makita blower to blow this out. It looks really nice up here. So the first holes that we're gonna drill are this window. This is gonna be neat because this will tell us exactly from the outside where the window is. There's one, and this is a 1/2-inch drill bit. There's 2. And now this last one right there, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drill a couple of holes here. That way I can get my Sawzall blade in. There we go. So now we'll be able to see very easily from the outside where the window is. So I will avoid painting anything in here. A process that I'm going to repeat. I got a box fan up here that I'm going to do. And then north window, west window, south window down below. Okay, we've got all the holes drilled. So from the outside, here's the west one. You can see the holes are nice and large. So when I paint, I can just avoid these spots in the middle to save paint. Let's go here. Look at the north wall. And this is kind of neat because it'll give us a glimpse of where the windows are. Look at them holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up top you can also see. So this is good. Let's walk around and do the same thing. We'll take a look at the south window because I'm so curious what the window placement's going to look like from the outside of the building. So here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up top, that's where the fan's gonna be. That is so cool. So this is take 2. We're sitting here having a water break and we're cooling down, letting ourselves relax a little bit. And we're thinking about the window holes that we drilled so that we know what spots to avoid on painting. And if you think about the size of the windows, they're 2 foot wide by 3 foot tall. So each window is 6 square feet of painting surface. So we got 3 down below, 3 windows, and we have 1 up above. So that's 4 windows times 6 square feet.
That's 24 square feet of paint that we will be saving on the windows.
24 square feet of paint. Plus the fan. We're gonna just throw another maybe 1 square foot out there. 25 square feet of paint. So it doesn't sound like a lot when you think about it one at a time, but when you look at all of them together, that's a lot of paint that we're saving.
Yeah.
By avoiding painting those areas. Wow. I did not know how that was going to go. I am so glad that I chose to do this step. I wasn't sure how it was going to be. I wasn't sure if it was wasted time or necessary, but you wouldn't believe how much sawdust came off of the building. It's crazy. So I know for sure that I'm definitely going to get good painting because all of that stuff's off the building. That was a good idea. Now I know the camera probably doesn't justify it. It's probably not picking it up that well, but this surface is so much better now that I've taken that towel and just rubbed the building down. That is a step that I will not forget. It did a really good job, and I'm very confident that the paint is going to stick very well to the wood and not the sawdust. So I got to thinking about it up here by the ridge board where I put those 2 little scraps in. The one on the right, I'm not real happy with that. It doesn't go far enough up, so I thought that I would take it down, cut a new one, and put a better one up that'll cover more surface area. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's any better. The one on the right I'm really happy with. The one on the left was just a scrap piece that I had sitting around. So here's the look at the one on the right. That is going to do a good job. And here's the one on the left. It looks a little funny, but it's also going to do a good job. It was just a little piece of scrap that I had sitting around. Right there's our holes for the fan. I feel a lot better with the way this looks now. It's a lot, the trim is going to go on so much straighter. It was like 3 3/4 inches short, that last piece, so yeah, I'm much happier with this. I think it looks a lot better. Pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Does a good job, don't it?
Yeah, it really does.
This looks fantastic. It's so much nicer.
It was a wonderful idea.
Yeah, I never thought of it, you know, as far as do you really have to do that with T111, but good Lord. The difference in the wood, it's really night and day, and I know that we're going to have paint that's going to stick to the wood.
Well, and before I did the top half, you could tell the difference between the bottom and the top and how fuzzy it looked.
Crazy. It looks really nice. I'm going to start working on this south end, and then we'll be ready for paint. Finally, holy smokes. We've had so much little tedious little work to do. We didn't think it would take near this long, but it's good that we're doing it, because once that paint hits that wood, it's going to stick, and it's going to stick well, and it's going to last a long time. And the type of paint that we got is not cheap paint. It lasts a long time. So let's get started on this south wall.